Good morning and welcome to Sunday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off. And first I have a story to share. So we had the second day of Rummage-O-Rama yesterday, and toward the end, my friend Diane was sitting with me because my sister was pooped out and headed home. And the weather was kind of dicey all day long. Hot, humid, yuck. So it got to be, we're done at 3 o'clock. It got to be 2:30, and I thought to myself, well, the rain is supposed to come at 3. And Vicki had already cleared the stuff that we had outside, put it back inside so that I didn't have to do that piece. And I thought, well, I'll just mosey down to the corner, which is, mind you, 3 doors away. 3 doors away. Good morning, Nancy. I'm regaling you all with a story about yesterday's end of rummage sale. So, it's supposed to rain at 3. It's 2:30. I decide to mosey down and we've got a wooden sign that is like a sandwich board kind of a thing. So, I wander down there to, good morning, Joe Neal, welcome, to bring the sign back. And I get down there and I start to feel a few sprinkles. So I pick up the sign and I turn around and I get slammed with a wall of water. It was raining sideways. I had 3 doors to go. By the time I got back, I was soaked clean through. My socks, in fact, could be wrung out. And I was almost drowning in the rain. And then, of course, a pickup truck has to go through, and because it was a deluge, the gutter was full, so he hits that and, yeah, soaks me again. So by then I was absolutely a drowned rat, and I thought, I am not sitting here another half an hour when nobody in their right mind is going to be coming to a rummage sale in this hurricane. So if I remember, I will post the picture of myself post-drowning and give you all a laugh for the day. But so found a towel, stuck it on my car seat. I'm sure the car seat's still wet anyway. But wandered home, changed everything, and everything is laying out on the tub to dry, and it's still wet today. So yeah, that was not fun. Not fun. I got an unexpected bath there. So today we have an interesting card. It is from the Ascended Masters deck, and this card pops up relatively often when we have this deck, but I think it fits very well for this phase that we're in. I don't know if phase is the right word, but developmental stage. I don't know. Good morning, Diane. I was just telling them the story of getting drowned yesterday. So I'm continuing to read in the fairy tales book, and she's now in Scotland, and discovering that Scottish Highland fairies are a whole different entity than the ones that she's been researching prior, but much more writing about the nature of our requests of the fairies, our requests of the universe, our requests of God, etc., etc., etc. So it kind of fits with today's card, I think. So again, Ascended Masters deck, and our card is the Spiritual Law of Attraction, Melchizedek. Oh yes, I got soaked. Absolutely drowned rat material. It was lovely. And Joe Neal, your name has popped up 3 times already, so there's something in here for you. Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. Welcome. So let's take a moment and let's do a little breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And a little deeper. In through the nose, out through the mouth. The spiritual law of attraction. And some people, when they hear those words, they're all excited. It's like, ooh, yeah, this is cool. This is how I operate. Others are like, that stuff doesn't work. Not successful for me at all. So let's see what it has to say. This is Melchizedek. Let's see what it has to say. And again, listen with your intuitive ear, not just your physical ear, but your intuitive ear. What might be here for you? The situation you're inquiring about has come to you via the spiritual law of attraction. You've attracted certain people or situations because they mirror your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. And I want you to think about this on multiple levels, not just your individual level. Think about this with regard to your family level. What are your family beliefs, and what does your family lore call forth? And your work situation. What's the energy, the zeitgeist of your work situation? What does that call for? And our nation. What is our nation's mindset, our nation's energy? Divided we fall, right? What is that calling forth? What is that calling forth? And are your thoughts and beliefs adding to the fray? Or are your thoughts and beliefs the salve, the balm that's going to soothe this fray? Good to ask. Good to ask. In the same way, people and situations that you have found desirable are now moving out of your life as you've shifted your energy through your spiritual path. Like attracts like means that everything and everyone that you draw into your life is similar to your thought patterns. So think about that. If what's going on nationally isn't what you're hoping for, where do you do the most work? With your own thought patterns. With your own thought patterns. Clear up your own stinking thinking. So if you've got us and them going on in your head, nah. If you've got that sense of lack, scarcity belief in there, all of that stuff isn't going to help clear up what you're perceiving as not what I want. All right? If you want to, here it is. If you want to change what or who you attract, hold more positive, loving, and joyful thoughts. And you're probably saying, well, Bonnie, how can I do that when it's an epic shit show? It's about mindset. It's about vibration management, as Kayleen Welsh says. What is your vibration in this whatever the situation is? It does not matter what the energy of the situation is. It does matter what your energy is, because you're either contributing to that energy of the situation or you're working to bring forth something better. It's your choice. The ascended masters and angels can help you with this shift. So here's Melchizedek stepping in to help us with this. And you can see the sacred geometry stuff at the bottom. We'll get to him in a minute. Additional meanings for this card. So again, let's take a breath. And open yourself. There are, let's see, three, four different potential meanings, and you may come up with others for this particular card showing up at this divine right timing. See what resonates for you. You can change or heal this situation by elevating your thoughts to a more positive level. Your prayers and affirmations have attracted a wonderful new person or situation into your life. This situation, this one I think is really important, so hear this one loud and clear, all right? This situation is not a reward or a punishment. You have attracted it, which means that you can also repel or magnify it. If it's what you'd like, magnify it for more. If it's not what you'd like, nope, that's not what I'm after. I'm after this. Focus on what you do want. Don't lament over and over and over, pouring time and energy into what you don't want. Visualize and affirm only what you desire. So that's kind of that last point I was making. If you're pouring energy into what you don't want, you're strengthening it. You're strengthening it. So, Melchizedek, let's talk about him. Was a Canaanite priest king and teacher of the patriarch Abraham. He's associated with Archangel Michael and Jesus in many ancient spiritual texts, including some who interchange his name with Michael's and Jesus's. Melchizedek is reputed to be Noah's descendant and a great spiritual master of alchemy and sacred geometry, the building blocks of matter. Call upon Melchizedek for help in mastering manifestation and to understand esoteric wisdom. So, the biggest thing I would love for us all to take out of this card is that idea that we are creating, we are the co-creators of our universe. We are the co-creators of what we experience every day. We are the co-creators of all that is. So again, if we're not liking what we're seeing, it behooves us to check out what are our thoughts, conscious and subconscious. And for those of you who don't yet have ways of knowing what your subconscious thoughts are, there are a lot of different ways to do that. So the one I like to use often is Psych K. There's muscle testing. There's tuning within. There's using your own body as a pendulum. There's using pendulums. There's many, many ways to discern. There's getting still and quiet and just being and allowing that inner voice of wisdom to talk to you. There's journaling. There's a bazillion kinds of journaling. There's many, many, many ways to discern. Where am I at? And am I in a mindset that supports my growth and development and the growth and development of others? Or am I in a retractive, small, fearful, playing not to lose, scarcity-minded stance? If you discover it's the latter, don't fret. It's changeable. It's as changeable as your thoughts are. So take some time to clean up your inner thoughtscape and see what happens. See what happens. So that is our message for this fine Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day. I will see you again tomorrow. And remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.